Hello. Okay, let me just give us some privacy a sec. Whoa. Blacked out. Now, let me open this again so you can see me. Sorry about that really weird section there, but you'll see why I did that. Because as this whole video premise has been about the Ikea hack for the blind, it got me thinking, how else could I utilize this to black out part of the van? Now, this here is our current setup and that was for both windows. The window which you've seen me fit the blind on, and then this is our current setup for blacking out the sliding door side, because it's slightly different. There's no frame to fit a blind, so I can't fit a blind on this sliding door because it blacks out with the curtain, which for now that will do it because it's easy to install. As you may have seen, and if you haven't seen, I built the overhead cab storage intertwined with Leia's bed, and then began like this frame of like a cab divider. So I don't know if I mentioned in that video, but I wanted, and I have built now, which I'll show you in a second, is a dividing cab wall which separates the front of the cab to the back of the van, basically the living area. And that is for two reasons. One is I use this van as my daily as well. I use it for working, and especially in the winter when you're trying to heat the entire space, having a through from cab to back, heating that entire space takes a while, right? So I thought, is there a way I can divide the cab essentially just to bounce some of that heat back into the cab and make the cab heat up a lot easier. Second reason is if you've been following this channel, you'll know that we like to do a lot of off-grid camping as a family. As me on my own, love being off-grid, and that means no campsites. That means just finding park ups across the country, wherever we're going, week at a time, just finding parks in nature. So that means that we need to be incognito the best we can, right? In the sense of when on an evening and a night when we're parked up in the woods or parked up on a beach or parked up somewhere on a nice little park up, what I don't want and what we don't want is people on the outside to know that we are in the back of the van as a family or just myself. That's what we don't want to happen. So blacking out the van and the windows is more about for us letting light out than it is letting light in, because we've got young kids. When we're a family, we're up early anyway. So I know some people get really itchy about not being able to sleep if there's an ounce of daylight that comes in. We're not those type of people. We're up early regardless because of the kids. It's about letting light out rather than letting light in. So I went and bought another one of those Ikea blinds, and I've built and constructed a dividing cab wall that blacks out the entire back of the van and works really well. And I'm going to show you now. So here's our blackout dividing wall, and it works really, really well. So this is the same blind as you see me fit on the window, but it's the 1.2 meter, so 120 centimeters version. It worked out really well. So they also do a 1.4 meter, which was slightly too big. Literally is about 3 centimeters too big to fit in between my two posts, if you remember from my over the cab storage video. To get the 1.2, but I think that works pretty well, and it works pretty well. Like, it's the same concept. It will stop wherever you want. This one's slightly heavier, so I find that if you put it all the way up, that's where it should be, but it drops a little bit. And I've ordered, see, it drops a slight bit, but I've ordered some magnets, and I'm going to magnetize it. Put some magnets so it catches here, and one at the bottom just to make it easier. And yeah, it just slides down and completely blacks out the back from the front, sort of thing. And I know it's light. Hello again. I know it's light, but it sort of matches color-wise the lighter parts of the front cab of the van, such as like the over dash bit, and then these, if you can see these trims here, sort of matches a similar color, so it sort of looks like it almost should be there, which is the kind of feel that you want if you're in the side and you've got people looking in from the front sort of thing. So it sort of just looks a bit incognito-y, I feel. And then I built this panel on this side to stop the light coming through, because where it fixes in here, I'll show you in a second. And I carpeted. It's just a U-shaped panel. It just comes in down behind the seats to here. I might extend it a little bit here because you can see some of the timber from that side, which is pretty straightforward to do, which I'm probably going to do. But yeah, I've just built this and carpeted it, and so it matches with the cab lining that I built as well. So that's the outside. Let me show you what it looks like from the inside. Let me open the side blind so we've got a little bit of light in here, and I've got magnets to fit there as well. And I'll pull this open a bit so we've got a little bit of light here. Actually, no, I've turned off the DC power. But this is the dividing hole here. And that's what it looks like with the cab, with the blind closed. So you can see I've just 12mm plied this side to match up with the 12mm ply I used up here, so it all sits up neatly. Bearing in mind this is all going to be filled and painted. And then what I did is I built the frame of the internal frame of the wall down here out of 25mm batten. Dropped it and raised up the ply a little bit above the batten so it's got a groove to sit in. So from this side it just almost looks like a bit of a projector screen. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and then you can see if I come in here, you can see the old timber that's supporting, and then I just created a notch out of 12mm ply. No, that's 9mm ply to finish that edge off so no light comes through there. And it's worked out pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it, to be honest. That's another use for the Ikea hack, the Ikea blind hack. I've not seen anybody do that for a cab dividing wall. So, I don't know. Maybe I've started something. I doubt it, but I like it. I like the look of it. And it suits our needs as off-grid campers. It allows us to just be able to shut the blind. And then we're separated from the outside road in the back of the van. And I've tested it. I'll put a little video here now. So you can see that was in the evening, so it was still quite light outside. And you can see that it doesn't let any light in. So hopefully that doesn't let any light out. But yeah, I'm chuffed with it. I really am chuffed with the finish. Like I said, this will all be filled and painted. I'm not sure what colour I'm going for. Definitely a base coat of white. So we'll see what it's like once it's white. But the plan is to get everything finished and do all the painting at the same time. But yeah. And then let me put it up and show you what it looks like when she's up. That handle should be this way. But again, there's going to be magnets here to stop it from rocking. It doesn't rock that much when you're driving. And then that's what it's like when the blind's up. And swinging, plenty of space. The kids can still see through. The kids sit there and they can still see through the window. We can still see it in the back, and we can get in and out of the back if we need to on an emergency. But yeah, like I said, it just allows us to block ourselves off from the outside world when we're off-grid camping in the back. Quite chuffed. And they're also easily detachable. You could just press that and it pops out and completely remove it. So yeah, I hope that was a little insight into what you can do with the Ikea blinds. And they are the Trippevals that I've said earlier. Again, like I said, reminder, please, if you're going to do it and you want blackout, make sure you get the blackout ones. They're the Trippevals. I think the hot Vals, which I've seen people use, they're like not fully blackout, so make sure you get the right ones. So you're probably noticing that this has been uploaded midweek, and for those that have subscribed to the channel know that I upload a video on every Sunday. But build video wise, I think I'm going to upload midweek as and when they come, because they're few and far between in terms of like my vlog update. And I don't want to stop like the vlog, because I quite enjoyed doing the vlog of like what I've done this week, etc. So I'll upload the build videos once I've done something worthy of filming midweek. So you guys have on occasion got 2 videos from me that week for those that are interested. But as always, thank you for watching. If you do want to see more build videos or just more adventure videos, or just like to keep up with my terrible type of content that I've been putting out recently because the van's been up and down, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. If you want to see more of our build and what I have uploaded already from the build, click this link here and that will take you to the build videos that I've put on YouTube. But yeah, let me know what you think about that. About the IKEA hat. Do you think is worth it? Do you think is good? Especially the cab divider. Let me know what you think about the cab divider, because like I said, I've not seen anyone do it and I thought it was quite good. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you on Sunday, and yeah, as always, love you, bye.